became affiliated with Northtown Auto Clinic 2008, knowing the former owner, Ed Schaefer, and his wife Carla, working on succession planning. Very early stages in those years. And sadly, Mr. Schaefer passed away of cancer in 2017, leaving no successor. Because I knew the family so well in the business, I stepped in to help wonderful employees become the next owners. So think of me as a transition partner at Northtown Auto Clinic. That's what brings me to town about every 8 weeks. Aaron Hall, who we met just moments ago, is one of my partners, along with Brett Crawford, who's been there for 35 years. The company's been there since 1982. So that's what brings me to North Kansas City. I'm really happy to be here. I'm getting to know your town and the area and the culture and the history, Pendergast history, all kinds of wonderful things have happened here in the building of our nation. But today, I want to share with you Perpetual Business Succession by Design. I want you to understand what a perpetual business is, why it is so important to have that plan in place today, and give you some tips on how to create your own perpetual business. And the last part is challenge you to spread this message to every small business owner you ever come across. We work too hard to let our businesses just fade away. We've created something of value. It deserves to be perpetuated. So we're going to get started. Your future is bright. There's a long road ahead of us. But, there we go. How will you leave your business? And there's two questions embedded in that one question. How will you leave your business? Personally, how will you leave the business? What condition is it going to be? The reality in the United States is that 20 years ago, only 30% of small businesses survived the departure of the current owner, whether that was death or disability, or more happily, they retired and lived a long life after their business. Only 3 in 10 survived. In this generation, it is only 15%. Why are those numbers so bad? Why does only 15% of our businesses survive the departure of the current owner? It is because there's no plan, generally. We go into business from a skill, from a trade. We start our own businesses. We're not really business owners or managers yet because we came from a trade and we're going to be self-employed now. We didn't know what being a business owner was really about. We certainly weren't thinking about the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ahead of us. We just wanted to survive and have this be a business going concern and feed our families. So we don't create plans, or we realize we should be creating a plan, but we put it off, a lot like people saving for retirement. Everybody knows they're going to retire one day. But does the saving for retirement start at age 25, 35, 45? Our society does not do a particularly good job saving. We put it off, but eventually a day comes you can't put it off anymore. Expectations can be unrealistic. We haven't built something of value to sell to anybody else, or we started, and again we procrastinate, things slow down and nothing happens. But the singular reason why 85 of 100 businesses are not going to survive the death, disability, or departure of the owner is simply there is no plan. I hope to encourage you to change that and spread this message. Every business is going to be sold. There's no two ways about it. We're going to leave our business, and it's either going to be a planned sale or an unplanned sale. Unplanned means you did not make any provision for the next owner, whether again death or disability, which could happen suddenly as a tragedy, or the day you're going to retire. We didn't do anything. If you don't do anything, the planned sale, and the sale will be liquidation. Just going out of business, owner passed away, everything must go, liquidation. That's incredibly sad because everybody loses. If it's a planned sale, everybody's going to win, which means our businesses will be able to be sold. We'll get paid for the value we created. Someone who has the dream and passion to be an owner isn't going to have to start at the beginning trying to create it from nothing, which is incredibly hard to do. It's hard when we did it. It's even harder in this generation. The employees and their families we want to provide for. The customers, we want them to still be able to go to their value business, and the community wants to keep the business there, paying taxes, and making the business, the community prosper. There is so much at risk, but we're not planning for it. 85 out of 100 will not make it. Consider whether you or the businesses you frequent, businesses that are peers of yours, just consider, of all businesses you know, how many do you think actually have a plan? And it's going to be a very tiny number. So again, I'm encouraging you to spread this message. The reasons you want to get it done now is you want the people that work with you and their spouses and children to still have an income and be provided for. You want to keep key talent. If the people that are running your business, that make the business happen, they think there's no plan for the future, might they be wanting a more secure future for their own retirement and well-being? If they know that your business is going to survive beyond you, they're much more likely to stay in place. You've talked to them about your succession plan, your business continuity plan. You will also be able to command a premium valuation when you're ready to sell it because it's built to operate without you. You can leave at any time. You'll have pride in a legacy that's very well designed. It'll feel good to leave your business knowing it's in capable hands, and it'll always be ready for expansion, acquisition, or sale opportunities. It'll already be a perpetual business. Why not do that when we're 35 instead of waiting till we're 65 and don't have the ability to get it done? So the very first step that everybody can do immediately, including the day the business opens, part of the plan is simply surviving tragedy. If I meet a tragic death or disability where I cannot run the business, what will be its fate? Usually when I ask an owner that, a small business owner, I say, just think a moment, what would happen if you didn't come back to work on Monday? What would the business look like in 30 days? It'd be gone. You can provide for this with a business continuity plan, which means you are going to have designated management authority to continue running the business. You'll have a source of capital. Things are likely going to be stressed if the owner dies tragically and suddenly. Sales may decline. Employees may start to wonder whether they should stay or not. So the business either is going to have some capital or there's life insurance to provide additional capital to keep things going. You're going to retain the staff. You want to have a method for doing that, have systems and procedures. No matter what the size of the company, from Boeing on down, you can bet the bigger companies have succession plans for management continuity. In the smaller business world, like I've never thought of it. No one ever suggested that before. And you want to have professional resources to rely on. So the very first step in ensuring a perpetual business, tragedy strikes, I know my business is going to continue, it's in writing, all these things are provided for, the key people know what's going to happen, the family members know, your banker knows, attorney, CPA, it's going to continue through tragedy. The next part is even better. You're going to retire, you didn't die, you want to sell it someday. So you're going to define your exit strategy, your ultimate vision early in your career. You're going to make sure you've got that operations guide, your records for finances are really clean, anybody can look at them and know what the value is. Your business is going to be vibrant with key people because you're retaining them. They know where the company's going to go, and often, and ideally I would say, several of those key employees may want to be the future owners. You're grooming them, you're developing them. There's a culture of ownership. I say to my audiences, I don't want to have employees in my business. Employees have a different mindset than owners do. So I want partners in my business. There's a way of creating an ownership culture, a partnership culture. And that's a whole different set of classes and dialogue. But A perpetual business is always capable to survive independent of its owner. If we want to work there till we're 85, John's almost 85. If we want to work till forever, we can. But we want our business and our legacy to continue beyond us for the next generation, whether it's family or it's employees, multiple generations. We've built too much. Your exit options are liquidation, as we talked about. We don't want to do that. You could sell it to an outside buyer. Inside buyer is more likely, someone who already knows the business, knows your procedures, policies, the customers, your other coworkers. They're known in the community. That's your natural successor. Do you have a plan? Which one have you chosen? And remember, unfortunately, that doing nothing is a choice. I want to give you a little inspiration. This is one of my clients in Steelville, Illinois. That's southern Illinois, almost all the way to the end of the state. Great, vibrant population, about 2,600 people. The next biggest market has 6,000 people. This is a second-generation owner, the Mayberg family. Matt there on the left, his team on the right. Met Matt in 2008. He's one of my longest clients. Matt right now is about 44 years old. He started his succession plan within 6 months of hearing a talk like this. It was a starter talk, and then I had a larger opportunity to do a class for a lot of his co-workers in a performance group, a 20 group of other shop owners. And he got the message young. So he got the message in his 30s. What I want you to notice in this team is to Matt's right, as to your left, is Danielle. Danielle is the service writer in this business. She's been there 9 years. She's 35. She started when she was 26. She is one of the future owners. Right behind Matt, there's a gentleman directly behind Matt with a nice trim beard, and another one that's a little on the plump side. That's Clint and Johnny, 2 technicians. They started there when they were 18. They're now 26 and 27. They're master technicians. He began grooming that team in 2009. The plan is in place and was roughly 7 years ago. If Matt and his wife Andrea were to die, life insurance provides totally for their 3 boys. Those 3 will be given the business if he dies. Life insurance covers the family. On his retirement, or as he gets closer to retirement, they will be buying in as partners, a little here, a little there, and they are the ultimate owners. Now think about the workforce generally in our world today. Think of your 18, 19, 22, 25, 30-year-olds. What is the likelihood that they get hired in your business or a business representative of our community, and they stay there forever? It's unheard of. They will not leave this business. They are the owners. They've gone through Dale Carnegie training. They've gone through bookkeeping and accounting. They've gone through productivity and time management. They've gone through public relations, pay plan design, human resources. They have weekly meetings of half an hour and are always moving forward. That is a perpetual business. Here's a place for everybody to start. And you can share this, and I hope you do, with every business owner. Anybody who hires, is interviewing to hire, or is working for you now. I call this the essential conversation. We want to know as owners what's most important to the people coming to work for us or who already work for us, so we can fulfill their needs and desires and keep them in place. And we need to know whether there's an opportunity to groom them. If we know what they need, that will help us make sure they fulfill what we need. So this question is really simple, but it's critical, I think, to align everybody and start that whole ownership culture. It would be something like, John, I'm always working on the future of my business and making sure it's going to outlive me. And you're an important part of my planning process. Tell me again what's most important to you and your family, and where do you want your career to go? And you let them talk. I want to know what's important to them and their family, and what the career is to be. And ideally, somewhere in that conversation, they're going to say, I love working for you. I'd like to be here a long time, maybe retire here. And if you don't mind me saying so, I'd like to own this business one day. Wouldn't that be good? And it's amazing how many times you get an answer like that if you ask the question. And if they don't say they want to be an owner, that's the only follow-up question that I suggest. This is the only thing you're talking about. You're not talking about selling, you're not talking about price, you're not talking about timing. This is what's most important to you and your family. And where do you want to go in your career? One follow-up. Have you ever thought about being a business owner? Then you say, thank you. That's really good information. I'm going to use that information. We'll talk more. I want to give you a little inspiration as we near wrapping this up. Harvey Firestone, very successful business owner. He started from nothing as well, just like all small business owners. I embrace this fully, and I use this regularly. For us as leaders, whether we're owners or just key managers, this is our mission, our responsibility. It is the growth and development of people. It's the highest calling of leadership. And it's only as we develop others that we will permanently succeed. Said another way, think of being a parent. I'm going to change the words in that first quote about responsibility to the next generation, whether it's family or it's our companies. As parents, isn't it the growth and development of our children that's the highest calling of parenting? We want them to be independent of us. Is that opening day noise from stadium or something? Is it thunder? It's thunder? Oh, okay. I'm glad to know something's not coming apart today. So as parents, we want our kids to be independent of us and be successful. I'm suggesting to you and to share, as business owners, we want our businesses to be independent of us and be able to operate on their own and grow and prosper in the future. Your homework assignment, give you something to do. Define what you want your business to be, where it is to be, and how it is to be in your future. Make sure that if tragedy does strike, you know exactly how your business will survive, and your people and families know how it will survive. Develop your people as if they were partners instead of employees. Eliminate dependency of your business to you. Have essential conversations when interviewing and regularly, like once a year during performance evaluations. What's most important to you and your family? Where do you see your career going? I want to know. I care. We're working together. I want to fulfill your dreams just as I'm hoping you're going to fulfill mine. The future is bright for all of us. Things happen that are unfortunate, but we want to be able to answer this question. How will you leave your business, and how will you leave the business? If you do it right, and you can say, I know my business is going to outlive me, it's going to be successful, the rewards are incredible. And besides us getting paid, I think it's the human factor that is even more. When you do it, you are really taking care of the next generation and the families that depend on you to be successful. I hope I've given you a little spark of inspiration, and that you will share this information with every small business owner, every opportunity that you get a chance to do so. I have additional resources available on my website. I'll put that last slide up in a minute. But I want to give you a little extra treat for being here and missing opening day, although I don't think you're missing much except rain. North If you are using us, we want you to have a discount off your next service. You may even give it away to somebody else. We're on a very nice growth trajectory right now, looking to increase substantially in 2019. We'd love your help. And then we gave you a little scratch card from Valvoline. You get to take that and scratch that off, and there may be some other little prize on there. So again, I hope I inspired you a little bit. Thank you for your attention. And please continue your good work in the North Kansas City